Ruling Awami League General Secretary Obadul Qadir has reiterated that next polls will be held under Constitution, expressing dismay over diplomats' remark over an attack on an independent candidate during the last Dhaka 17 by-polls. The General Secretary said Bangladesh democracy has become a concern for foreign diplomats. Obadul Qadir blamed BNP for creating incidents as such. He made the remarks while addressing at the secretary-level meeting of its party at its Bangabandhu Avenue office Friday morning. He, however, clarified that the law enforcing agencies are working to find out the persons responsible for the incident. The Bangladesh Nationalist Party BNP will hold its Dhaka rally at the Sorodi Udan. The rally will take place on 22nd July with the youths deprived of jobs and votes. Tomorrow, BNP is supposed to give the new program to the press home, their one-point demand from the youth of the rally. Even though it is not clear how it will be, the policymakers of the BNP says that the peaceful movement is the tool to claim their demands. Jubo Dol, Swechhasebok Dol and Chhatra Dol have prepared to be in the field with maximum strength after the rally in the capital. These three groups will hold a young rally in the capital tomorrow to show their collective strength. Swechhasebok Dol and Chhatra Dol claim that the rally will energize the youth more. The policymakers of BNP say that the new message of the movement will come from the rally. BNP is also organizing youth rallies in 5 divisions outside Dhaka. Awami League President Sheikh Hasina will attend the Rangpur General Assembly on August 2nd. Extensive preparations are underway to turn this grand gathering of the ruling party in the mass of people. An extended meeting with all organizational units of the department was held on Thursday. Awami League Joint General Secretary Hassan Mahmood and AFM Bahuddin Nashim joined the extended meeting of Shilpakala Academy of Rangpur along with the central leaders on Thursday afternoon. Before this, the Minister of Commerce, the Minister of Social Welfare and the members of the Parliament from various constituencies of the department came to gathering place. The central leaders of Awami League said to resist BNP Jamaat's anarchy, non-politicism and anti-national conspiracy and gave the necessary instruction to the grassroots workers. After 16 months meeting the Awami League president, the leaders of the 14 parties are now energetic. The allies pledged to work together to combat incitement, conspiracy and misinformation surrounding the national elections. Leaders of 14 parties say to work together to achieve victory again. The 14 party leaders met with Awami League president Sheikh Hasina at Ganabhavan on Wednesday after 16 months. Through this, leaving inside of all issues, the partners are talking about entering the field unitedly to win the 12 national parties elections. 14 parties will be vigilant about BNP Jamaat's incitement and conspiracy to create an unstable environment around the elections. The Tariqat Federation is saying that it is all ready with all kinds of cooperation to win the elections. The alliance parties have promised to stand with Awami League to face any pressure and interference from foreign forces. Ashraful Alam alias Hero Alam participated in the election from 3 constituencies of the National Parliament and lost. Alam, who had been accused of assault in every time, has publicized these incidents in various ways, create video content of events and promote them as funny or funny videos. Apart from questioning the allegations of the assault in such activities, experts say that this is not to be an MP but to strengthen the business of the TikTok. So the question is whether Ashraful Hussain Alam really wants to be elected or not, or his main goal is to stay in the discussion. Some evidence can also be seen that Ashraful Alam actually tries to create controversy on his own. Otherwise, he would have never uploaded the video on YouTube and tagged it as Hero Alam funny video or Hero Alam new song. The more attractive the tag, the more attractive are the views and the more money he makes. As the supply of the Hilcha has increased and the price has gone slightly in the capital's wholesale market, however, its impact on retail is trivial. Prices of all other fishes are also higher except hilsa. The customer complains about the high price of the almost all deli commodities, including vegetables. 500 to 600 grams of hilsa are being sold at Taka 750 and Taka 800 per kg in Abdullapur Wholesale Fish Market in Uttara of the capital. The price of the hilsa weighing 800 to 900 gram is 1400 taka. The sellers say that the supply of the hilsa has increased in the market, so the price is slightly going down. However, the retail price of the hilsa is slightly high in Azampur Kitchen Market of Uttara. Besides, broilers and golden chicken are being sold in market at last week's prices. Eggs are being sold at Taka 140 per dozen. Green chilies are sold at Taka 240 to 280 with a slight decrease in the market. Eggplant is being sold at Taka 80 to 100 per kg, while bitter gourd is being sold at Taka 110 to 120 per kg. Unidentified miscreants hacked the Jubo League activists who held to death early Friday at Gulbagh in Shahjahanpur in the capital. The deceased was identified as Oliullah Rubel, who was in the business of internet and egg supply in the area. He lived with his wife and only daughter in the rented house in Jordan Lane. His father's name is Sheikh Nabiullah Khokon. They have their own house in Shantibagh. The incident took place around 1:45 a.m. on Friday on the road near his house in Gulbagh, Jordan Lane. Threats from separatist or militant groups, improvised explosive devices or IEDs are death traps on the roads. Nature is also extremely hostile. Occasional dust storms occur between 50 to 55-degree temperature. Bangladeshi peacekeepers working in Mali have been praised by the United Nations for one successful operation after overcoming all odds. Preparing for another campaign, Bangladeshi peacekeepers deployed in Mali are getting ready for 7 days. The destination is about 400 kilometers from the base camp in the desert, where the temperature is 50 to 55 degrees Celsius. You can fall into a sandstorm at any time. Must stay in tent in the hot sand before the start of the operation to remove the IEDs on the road. The peacekeepers took morale and confidence. The senior officers of the contingent also came to encourage the members of the expedition team before leaving the camp. The peacekeepers of Bangladesh are praised for conducting operations with sense of discipline and responsibility and humanely treating the citizens of Mali. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs summoned the acting UN resident coordinator in Dhaka, Sheldon Yett, over a tweet about the recent attack on Dhaka 17 by Polls independent candidate Ashraful Hossain alias Hero Alam. Additional Foreign Secretary Asad Alam CM summoned Yett to the Foreign Service Academy and asked to explain the reasons behind the tweet by posted UN resident coordinator Gwen Lewis. State Minister for Foreign Affairs Shahriar Alam said Dhaka expressed its displeasure to the UN representative on the Hero Alam issue. According to the sources in the Foreign Ministry, Yett has also been asked about whether international organizations like United Nations behave in the same way in different countries. BNP Standing Committee member Amir Khusru Mahmood Chaudhry has said fair polls won't be possible without a caretaker government. After meeting with the British High Commission at BNP chairperson's office in capital's Gulshan on Thursday, he also said that everyone who believes in human rights is worried about the election in Bangladesh. Bangladesh believers in democracy want free, fair and acceptable elections. He alleged that the recent transfer of DC SPs was a scheme to steal votes. He also said that the movement will continue to establish voting rights, rule of law and human rights. Although food inflation has been reduced in South Asian countries like India and Sri Lanka, it has been increasing in Bangladesh. Such updates has been published in the World Bank's latest report on food security. According to the report, the food inflation rate in Bangladesh was 9.9% in August 2022. Although it fell at 8% in June, but this year it increased again in 9.7%. India's inflation rate on in August was 7.6, but in May it decreased to 3.3. In economically devastated Sri Lanka, food inflation had dropped to 4.1%. However, food inflation in Pakistan is still 39.5%. Even though it is lower than before, food prices have been falling in many countries in the world compared to a few months ago. But there are fears that the wheat may rise as Moscow does not agree to renew the agreement on the grain export through the Black Sea.